Hello, I've come again with another thought for us this weekend. The Kirk Session and I are looking to perhaps record and stream our services of public worship. A lot of churches have been doing that over the pandemic, and it's perhaps a good thing to do. But maybe we have to think about, is it actually such a good thing? We're going to give it a trial and see what happens. I think it's a good thing perhaps because it means that those at home who maybe cannot come out to church because of their illness, maybe those who are now victims of the coronavirus are able to watch from home, or those who have been pinged and are part of the pingdemic can watch from home as well, or maybe those who are anxious can watch from home. But really, the problem is that people are getting very comfortable with viewing things and being a consumer, dipping into this church, dipping into that church, not liking the hymns there, so we'll fast forward, not liking the preacher somewhere else, and fast forwarding there. And that's not really church. Yes, it's beneficial, it's perhaps also a way of viewing church online for those who perhaps are seeking. And indeed we do pray and hope that those who are watching and are seeking may be able to get the gospel online. But the reality of the situation is that online church is not church. Watching church online does not make you a Christian, does not make you go to church. It does work for the housebound and those who are ill, but really it's not a consumer product. I remember a professor of theology at the then Free Church College once said that preaching is an event. It is something that is applicable to a particular people at a particular time. Yes, God's word is for all times, his truth is for all times, but the preaching of God's word is to a particular context, a particular people, to a particular season and time. And therefore, watching church online means that you're not really being part of a church community as such. Online church is not church because you're not part of a church fellowship, you're not living and giving together, you're not being part of a people, you're watching from afar. And maybe it's an encouragement as well to those who quite like enjoying these wee videos to come along to this church or go along to a church. The coronavirus restrictions are easing, things are easing with the face coverings in the next few weeks, hopefully, unless the First Minister goes back on her word, which is often quite often the case, but that's a matter for another day. But really, there is no excuse for finding a fellowship of your own. Therefore, this will be the last weekend thought from me. But we will hopefully be streaming and filming from the balcony, which means that if you do come to church, you won't be filmed because only the front of the church will be filmed. But really, it's time to move on and time to get back to church. But if you do have any questions about church, if you're looking for a church, if you want to come here, I'm happy to take any questions via email or by phone, because it is important to meet together and to be able to share together and to be able to make new friends in a church family. But I do wish you well to whoever watches these videos, but we do look forward to going online for a bit. But let us remember, online church is not church. Online communion is not communion. Watching church from afar is not church. They're poor substitutes. But let's come together and worship God together. Don't be a spectator. Come and worship with God's people together. May God bless you.